slow it down. Add this all up and you get the makings for a real tough morning drive to work or wherever you need to be this morning. The Valley Today's Brian Sherrod, he's out and about giving us a look at what you're up against when you head out the door. Good morning, Brian. Where are you and what's it like?
Well, good morning, Jordan. We're at the Waldorf Apartments, so on 7th Street South right in downtown Fargo, and it's snow covered pretty much. You know, look around these cars. They have big snow piles, so it's going to make it a little harder for their morning commute having to come out. They're going to have to shovel behind them. I mean, this is still pretty high up. If I put my foot in it, it just shows you how high up it is. I mean, this is a lot of snow for these cars to have to deal with, but it's not just them. These cars across the street as well are covered as well. Their windows are covered, so they're gonna have to come out and scrape it, wipe it down, making sure they're able to see as they're driving. This is all just on one street, and this is only one of multiple streets that is having this problem as we're just coming down here and walking and just showing you how much snow that they're having to worry about when they go to work this morning. Every single car is having this problem. Some of them have bigger piles than others, but again, this is going to be the same way where they're going to have to show behind them. This morning, I wish I would have thought the same thing when I had to back up and forth. It probably took me like 7 tries that I had to go back and forth. So hopefully for them, they do have a snow shovel and ways to get through. The plows have been pretty heavy this morning too. I think I've seen maybe like 20-ish plows even on our way here in downtown Fargo. So at least they're out here helping you with your morning commute. You know, you can see this car going by. Car is clean, looks good, and are getting themselves by. So, well, again, this is what the morning commute is looking like. Take the extra time to commute because you're definitely going to need it.
And that's why they say time and time again, you need to keep a shovel in your vehicle. It's for if you get stranded or in situations like this. You just need to shovel behind you from that plow so you can get to work on time. Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you. And you also need to check ahead if you're flying out of the valley this morning or picking someone up from the airport. There could be some lingering problems because of the recent rough weather here and even around the region. One of the last flights out of Hector Airport in Fargo, it was canceled last night. So far this morning, 3 flights delayed. One's just canceled. Our check of the Grand Forks Airport shows everything there is on time. All of this from that winter weather we got overnight, but we're not done with it yet. Just when we thought we were in the clear, an advisory for winter weather. Summer, you were just telling me, got extended farther into the morning.
It did, yeah. Most of the area was expired at 6 a.m. and they did go ahead and drop it, but some locations, O'Shea just admitted, it has been extended. Doesn't look too bad as we're looking at our Valley Sky Cam here in South Fargo facing west, but in some areas there is still some blowing snow because the wind has really been picking up over the last couple of hours. So travel is tricky, especially on the outside of town. Temperatures are mostly in the teens, some lingering light snow flurries in Fargo as well as through Fergus Falls and Bemidji. Here we can see on satellite and radar, most of the snow has pushed off to the east. Now we're dealing with that wraparound precipitation. It has begun to lighten up a bit over the last couple of hours as it moves into Minnesota. But the wind gusts now are what are creating the problem rather than the falling snow. This is the blowing and drifting snow. Gusting to 24 miles per hour now in Detroit Lake, sustained at 15 miles per hour out of the northwest. Still seeing some gusts into the 30s in the Jamestown area, up to 36 miles per hour in Sisseton, 26 mile per hour gust down in Alexandria. This is the winter weather advisory that has been extended until 9 o'clock. It includes the immediate Red River Valley areas. So do be cautious as you are heading out the door this morning for some still tricky conditions for your commute. A couple snowfall reports that have been trickling in. 4.1 inches, the official measurement in Fargo, 4 inches in Ashby and Moorhead, Minnesota, 3 inches, a new report in Harvey, North Dakota. And these couple did come in last night. I'm still waiting for some updated reports, but a general idea of around 2 inches in Edgeley, East Grand Forks 1.7, and an inch and a half up in Grand Forks. Travel today is going to be toughest for the first couple of hours as those crews are still out clearing the roads. I do expect improving conditions for the second half of our day. The snow moves out. We will see a little bit of sunshine later on today. Temperatures remaining fairly steady, but as we head into the new year, conditions are looking better. We are going to be seeing above average temperatures for the next several days after the new year.
But this morning, we just got to watch out for that wind and cold as we try to dig out a little bit.
Yeah, not fun this morning.
All right, thank you very much. Now 6:54, new this morning, investigators are looking for the cause of a fire at a Detroit Lakes RV dealership. Multiple agencies rushed to the Wold's RV sales on Highway 10 just before 10 last night. Authorities tell Valley News Live that the extent of damage is not yet available. Police say one man who crashed his car into some trees along a Minnesota highway was run over and killed when he walked from his vehicle and into traffic. The State Patrol says it happened around 6:30 yesterday morning on Highway 10 near St. Cloud. Troopers say the 33-year-old man from Sartell walked into the eastbound lanes of the highway and was hit by a minivan, which was then, in turn, hit from behind. Neither driver was hurt. One North Dakota man is facing child porn charges after an investigation that's been going on for more than a year. 32-year-old Brandon Schwab of Devil's Lake was arrested Monday on 6 charges of possessing prohibited material. He could face 5 years in prison for each charge if convicted. The Towner County Sheriff's Office says it has been working on the case with the State Bureau of Criminal Investigation since July of 2019. It was the scare of a lifetime for one family when their car was stolen with a 7-year-old boy still inside. It happened last night in Minneapolis. Police say the SUV was taken from a Holiday gas station near Target Field around 5:30 in the evening. The suspect drove about 2 blocks before letting that boy out. The kid luckily was not hurt, but police are still looking for the suspect and for that stolen car. The owner of an East Grand Forks diner says he's not done fighting, even after being suspended and being hit with a cease and desist order after defying the governor's COVID closure orders. Joe's Diner opened for in-person dining on December 16th, but owner Joel Bushaw says they went back to takeout only on the 22nd. That was after coming to an agreement with the Attorney General's office. Bushaw says if Governor Tim Walz extends the executive order against bars and restaurants again, he fears that he'll become like many other Minnesota businesses who have been forced to shut their doors for good.
I do not want that to be me. I don't want it to be them either. I don't want it to be anybody. But, the ones who are holding on tight, I just hope that we can make it through.
The governor's order is set to expire on January 11th. You're going to want to check your bank account this morning. The second round of economic stimulus payments are on their way, and the U.S. Treasury Department says some Americans might have already received that money through direct deposit. Paper checks will start going out in the mail today. Eligible Americans will receive a one-time payment of up to $600 per person or $1,200 for married couples. Some families with children will get up to $600 for each qualifying child. You can now get a rapid antigen test for free today in Grand Forks. Nasal swab tests are happening at the Columbia Mall and Grand Cities Mall both today and Saturday. Children and adults can be screened, and you will be notified of your results via a text within 15 minutes. But the testing is only for people who don't have symptoms. Organizers urge you to stay home if you are sick. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and several Fargo bars and restaurants are rolling out plans for that end-of-year party. Shotgun Sally's and the Windbreak plan live shows. Old Broadway is going with drink specials, and Granite City is serving up fun in their Eskimo pods. Granite City General Manager Weston Barrel says they're expecting many people to use delivery providers or curbside pickup, but those who do want to come in will have to socially distance.
We're pretty confident that we're ready to go, and we're willing to have the police come in anytime they want and check out the things that we're doing, because we're confident that we're doing the right things to keep people safe.
Fargo police are keeping a close eye on businesses like those bars and restaurants, making sure that they're following state and city guidelines for COVID-19. A big thank you this morning to everyone who has joined us in helping the Great Plains Food Bank. If you haven't yet, still time. We're trying to raise $40,000 by tomorrow night. Now, if you would like to help, you can do that on your phone. Download that VNL News app, look for the virtual food drive, and click on that donate button. Let's get the answer now to that question of the morning on Facebook. That question for today, 2% of people will do this in the month of February. What is it? The answer is they will take down their Christmas decorations. Hey, if it makes you happy, why not keep it up a little bit longer? Remember, you can play along with that every day by heading to the Valley News Live Facebook page. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW, and we continue our team coverage of the winter weather advisory still in effect up and down the Red River Valley.